All right. Okay, we're live. So today I want to talk to you about what I'm calling the other set of Rosemont files. So these files were requested as a part of the Freedom of Information Act to the Village of Rosemont very shortly after Kanika was killed in the hotel. And today we're going to review them and see what we can find out about the village or even her case from what they provided to us. I want to thank Amp Easy. This was his suggestion. This is my first video by request, so I'm really excited about that. The channel is growing. And if you have any ideas or suggestions on things that you'd like for me to analyze, just put it in the comments and I will do my best to try to follow up. So as soon as we're done, I'm going to drop the link so that you can get here. To get to these set of files, it's not going to be on rosemont.com. There's another website called muckrock.com. You can see at the top. You could maybe type this in, and if this is too long, again, you can find it in the description as soon as I'm done. So let's go over, you'll see here there's two tabs. The first says communications and the second tab says files. So we'll start with the communications. Over here on the left, it says this request was filed by Brandon Smith to the Mayor's Office of Rosemont, submitted on September 25th, 2017. And remember, Kanika was found on September the 10th. So this is just 2 weeks after she was found. So this is, again, Brandon Smith on September 25th. He sent this by email. The subject says, Illinois Freedom of Information Act request, disappearances, missing persons in Rosemont. To whom it may concern. Pursuant to the Illinois Freedom of Information Act, I hereby request the following records. Documents sufficient to show the number of people who have gone missing in the village of Rosemont, or persons who resided in the village of Rosemont to the best of the village's knowledge, for each year during the calendar years of 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, and what has elapsed of 2017. I also request any documentation that takes the form of cataloging those missing persons, anything that is not privileged in the investigations, so anything that shows race, age, whether they were found and how long they were missing, or other demographic data compiled or kept about the missing persons. Okay, so this first paragraph, he's requested 5 years of data from 2013 to 2017, and he wants to know how they're categorizing these people. So he wants to know their race, age, whether they were found or not, and how long they were missing. Okay. The second paragraph, it says, the requested documents will be made available to the general public, and this request is not being made for commercial purposes. All right, so that's how we got a hold of them. We are the general public. The next paragraph says, in the event there are fees, I would be grateful if you would inform me of the total charges in advance of fulfilling my request. I would prefer the request filled electronically by email attachment if available, or CD-ROM if not. All right, that's pretty straightforward. And last, it says, thank you in advance for your anticipated cooperation in this matter. I look forward to receiving your response to this request within 5 business days as the statute requires. Okay, so the Freedom of Information Act that he's using to get this record says he should have these within 5 business days. This was on September 25th. So let's see what happened after. The next correspondence is from October 2nd. This is from Brandon again. It says, to whom it may concern, I wanted to follow up on the Freedom of Information request copied below and originally submitted on September 25th, 2017, which makes sense, right? That's this date right here, okay? Please let me know when I can expect to receive a response or further clarification is needed, okay? After that, he sent another reminder on October the 9th. Same message, to whom it may concern. I'm following up on the originally submitted request on September 25th. Okay. He sent another one on October 16th. To whom it may concern. I wanted to follow up on the following Freedom of Information request submitted on September 25th. Right? So he submitted this on the 25th. He's expecting a response within 5 business days. Now, let's look at Rosemont's response, and this is going to give us a lot of insight as to how this village operates, okay? They responded on October 17th. This is way more than the 5 business days, okay? Dear Mr. Smith, this firm serves as attorneys for the village of Rosemont. So the village couldn't just give up the documents. They had to go get their lawyer, okay? So this is the lawyer writing this letter. This letter is being written on behalf of the village of Rosemont in response to your request under the Illinois Freedom of Information Act. And mind you, this is the second sentence, and they already have lies. That was received by the village on October 16th, 2017. Now it says all over this document that the request was submitted September 25th, 2017. But the lawyer, trying to cover his behind, put that the request was received on October 16th. Okay, so this is just another example of, why you can't trust the village of Rosemont. This is what they're known for, doing little stuff like this. This is their lawyer doing this. He knows good and well the request was received on September 25th. Every correspondence after September 25th, Brandon was smart enough and strategic enough to put a note in the request that the original request was submitted on September 25th. Okay, so this right here is just a clue as to how they're about to play it. Okay, they're already telling lies. Let's keep going. You requested, quote, documents sufficient to show the number of people who have gone missing in the village of Rosemont, or persons who resided in the village of Rosemont, to the best of the village's knowledge for each year during the calendar years of 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, and what has elapsed of 2017. Okay, so they basically just put a copy and paste of what he requested. That is what he requested. Now, they're going to tell him what they've given him. Attached should be a copy of the records that are responsive to your request from the time period of January 1st, 2014 through September 15, 2017. So the first thing that they're telling him is you're not getting 2013. We see right here, you requested 2013, but that's not what we're giving you. We decided we're just going to give you 2014 through September 15, 2017, okay? With redactions of certain private information, personal information, the disclosure of which would constitute a clearly unwarranted invasion of privacy pursuant to these laws, as well as redactions of the identity of a confidential source or persons who file complaints with or provide information to law enforcement. Okay. Next paragraph. Additionally, please be advised that your request seeks information pertaining to one matter which is currently an open and pending investigation. All right, so right here, they're acknowledging that the information that he's really wanting relates to the Kenneka Jenkins case. Okay, so so they're saying that the case is open and pending. Mind you, this is very tricky language because this is the lawyer. They're going to close the case 3 days later on October 20th. Okay. Mind you, all of this, he knew all of this on the 17th when he was sending this back to Brandon. Okay. But he's going to play it like this is a real open investigation and et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So the matter which is open and pending investigation, the village does not create a quote report until it has completed its investigation. Accordingly, there are no records currently in existence that would be responsive to your request as it pertains to this pending investigation. Furthermore, any such record related to the pending investigation would be exempt from disclosure due to these laws. Okay. Furthermore, with respect to your request for the records during the time period of the year 2013 and the last month from September 16th, 2017 to October 16, 2017, please advise me if you are willing to modify your request to exclude said time periods. So right here, they're acknowledging that they did not give Brandon exactly what he asked for. And so he's saying, are you willing to modify your request? And then it says, if you're not willing to modify your request, the village is extending the time for responding for an additional 5 business days. Now, what I have a problem with this is they never honored the 5 business days. Okay, you can clearly see by the dates here, they never honored the 5 business days. So pretend like they got the request on the 16th and down here, they need more time, a request for 5 business days. It's like they've already broken that law. Like, he's trying his best right now to cover that up, but it's already too late for those 5 businesses. They've had more than 5 days. They've had more than 10 days, okay? Now, this is really interesting. The reason for this extension is that 1, your request requires the examination and or collection of a potentially substantial number of records, including records that are still in the process of being created, because this matter involves an ongoing criminal investigation. 2, the requested records require examination and evaluation by personnel having the necessary competence and discretion to determine if they are exempt from disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act, or should they be revealed with only appropriate deletions. And number 3, the request cannot be compiled by the Village of Rosemont within the time limits prescribed by the Freedom of Information Act without unduly burdening or interfering with the operations of the public body. To the extent that your Freedom of Information Act request is being denied, the person responsible for this denial is Matthew Rose, who is one of the village's attorneys. Okay, and you can look him up. This is all of his information. He looks like, a gamer. I mean, it doesn't even look real, but I guess he's the attorney. It says, to the extent, okay, you can follow up with the Attorney General if you have a problem. That's basically what it said. Okay. So that's the response that he got. And in addition to this correspondence, they actually attached the files. So let me tell you what they actually sent. I went through the files that they said was going to be a burden for them to compile. For 2014, they sent the files for 11 different missing person cases. For 2015, they sent the information for 10 missing person cases. For 2016, they sent the information for 8 missing person cases. And for 2017, they sent the information for only 1 missing persons case. So I would ask Rosemont, how is it too much? How is it a burden? Right? It says number 3, the request cannot be compiled within the time limits without unduly burdening or interfering with the operations. So Rosemont is full of shit. You cannot tell me that they only had 1 missing person case in 2017. I'm going to go over it again. In 2014, they had 11. In 2015, they had 10. In 2016, they had 8. And they want us to believe in 2017, they only had 1. So that's a problem right there, that they're saying that they gave us all the information for 2017 and they didn't. So let's go over the files and let's see what's in here. So this little image is nothing, just in case you're curious. It bothered me, like, what is this? This is nothing. So I don't know why this is in here. Maybe it's an accident. So they have 3 more files. This is Chicago Reporter Part 1, Chicago Reporter Part 2, Chicago Reporter Part 3. These files are not really in a good order, but they put all the case information at least together. So you'll see that. Let me see if I could blow my thing up so you can see good. Okay. So this is okay, so this is how we're going to read the files. Up here where it says incident report, this is going to tell us the year. So right here it says 2014. Okay. So that's how we see the year. We can go down. I'm going to drop the link so that you can look at each of these individually and you guys can see if, you see anything else and you can get in the comments. But I'm just going to go to the files that I thought were interesting and where I want to point you to. So in this one, we're going to go all the way down. Okay, wait, let me go in the comments. Do you guys have any questions about like the intro part or what I've said so far? Okay, looks like we're okay. Okay, looks like we're okay. All right. So in this one, wait, is this the one? No. I want to go down some more. All right, so this is it. Okay, so this is what I want to bring your attention to. And this, again, I've said from the beginning that we cannot trust Rosemont, right? I hope you can see this on the screen. But supposedly they have covered up the name of this complainant, and it says James. You can clearly see through the marker. I hope you can see it on your screen. You should be able to. It says James Young inside this marker, right? And what does that say? Sex, female. Race, white. What white female do you know name is James? You guys still there? Right. Okay. You don't either. Okay, cool. All right. So this is another reason why we can't trust Rosemont. So let's go over this suspicious report. This happens to be, let me actually go down a little bit. Seems like that might be messing it up. All right, so this this happened at the DoubleTree. This is 5460 River Road. Supposedly, you know, this is James, but it says female, so you know, who really called this in or what's really going on? We have no idea. But this is a complainant saying that he believed his half sister was missing. His sister paid him $50 on December 6th to drop her off at the DoubleTree for a convention. He returned to the hotel to pick her up. He never heard from her. Multiple attempts to contact her was negative. Went back to look for her with negative results. So he ended up calling them the next morning at 3:49 a.m. Okay, so in the middle of the night, he ended up calling. And this is the only thing that they provided to say she's okay. It just said, I spoke with the listed victim who stated that she called our dispatch center to report herself located. That's it. That's the only information. Now, remember, Brandon asked, you know, he wanted to know specifically if they had been found and how long they had been missing. Okay, so this person went missing on December 6th. There's no follow-up until this report on December 10th. So, I mean, the public wanted to know if she was missing all this time or exactly when she was found or how she was found or what exactly did the village of Rosemont do besides enter the report. So this man was looking for her. He told Rosemont, they entered this report about what happened. They followed up and said that she called the dispatch center. But what activity happened between the 7th and the 10th to locate this woman, if any? Look right here. It says December 7th, it was entered. December 12th, investigated. So between the 7th and the 10th, what did you do? Did you look between those days or no? That's the type of information that we would need. That's the type of information that was requested. And that's the type of information that Rosemont is always going to try to hide from you because they don't want you to know the truth about how they operate. Okay, so let's go to the second part. This was in part 1. Wait, how do we get out of here? Why is it not letting us out? Oh, okay, I see. All right. So now let's go to part 2, Chicago Reporter part 2. We're going to look in here. And there's another incident that I want to review together. That's my mom and my sister in the back. I tell them to be quiet. You guys, can you be quiet? Okay. So okay, this is the report that I want to look at. This is very interesting. This is a young woman. Well, she may not be young, but this is a woman who's having problems with her teenage son. Okay. So this is in Rosemont. She woke up. Her son left around 8 o'clock. She said she woke him up for school. He didn't want to go. This is a badass little boy, okay? She woke him up for school. He didn't want to go to school. She went outside to tell the bus that he wasn't going to school, and then he snuck out the back door. She can't find him. He's 13 years old. He has a red jacket saying the last king on it, okay? Later, we're going to find out that he's trying to be down with the Latin kings. Okay, this is more back and forth with the police. They're trying to find this little boy. They went to a school. There was some mentor that said that she could help him or whatever. The mom says that her son ended up being picked up by a Des Plaines police officer on Tuesday night. He's no longer missing. Okay, so the police come back to talk to this young boy, this 13-year-old male juvenile. Okay, now when they went to the school, it says he's often under the influence of marijuana. The school suggested that the boy should be hospitalized for psychiatric evaluation due to his ADHD, among other concerns. So this boy is just wild, okay? It seems like everybody the police talk to, they're just reporting that this little kid is out of control, okay? Now, somebody here stated that the juvenile is a wannabe member of the Latin Kings, okay? All right. So now this is the interesting part. They get to the kid. Let's see. The mom's just finishing her shift. The three of us proceeded to the residence of the juvenile. Okay. Upon our arrival, the guy was in his apartment with his younger sister and his friend. He seemed very agitated and hostile, saying, "Fuck you guys, fuck the law, fuck the police, Rosemont killer." And I just had to pause right there. Like, wait, what? Okay. And he goes on, "Fuck you, I don't care, fuck the police." So this for me, it made me think differently about the village of Rosemont. I think a lot of people that don't live anywhere near this place maybe thought, since it was in the suburbs and, they seem to be, very rich and very white, that was the vibe in the whole village. But apparently, I looked it up, Rosemont has a gang problem. And it's had one for the last 30 years. So this isn't new at all. And it's possible that, um, they went and had this party in an area where there were already gang members there that may have not been happy about these other gang members coming to party, in their backyard on their turf. I don't know. But I've never, the whole time that we've been looking at Rosemont, I've never seen, anybody claim that there was a group of people running around talking about Rosemont killers, but there is. It's right here in black and white. Any kid that would tell the police to their face, "Fuck you," this, that, and the other, they're wild. They're out of control. So I think this shouldn't be overlooked. We should definitely take this into consideration and keep this in the back of our minds when we're thinking about the village of Rosemont and, the composition of the whole village. Okay, I want to take you to the third file. This was in file 2. Okay, this is Chicago Reporter Part 3. And I want to take you to what I'm calling the money. This is the document that I think Teresa and the family needs to take with them to court. When I try to find it, it's 4781. Let's see. Oh, right here. Okay. So this is what you guys have been waiting for. This is a missing person from the Crown Plaza, Chicago O'Hare. This person went missing on October 31st, 2015. This is military time. So let me see. 23 is 11. 2 is 10. 21 is 9. So I believe 20 is 8 p.m. So I believe this is like 8:30 p.m. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is 8:30 p.m. Okay. So this person, let's see what happened. Blotter. See complainant in the lobby of hotel referring to his wife who is missing. They are staying in room 812. Prior to arrival, the wife was located and reunited with her husband. So pause. Hold on. Wait a minute. This man called or got with the police at 8:31 p.m. to say his wife was missing. And what does this say? Does this say they were dispatched at 8:31 and this says en route by 8:40 on that same day? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? This grown-ass woman was missing. And the Rosemont Public Safety Department did what? They were en route. They were on their way. Amazing, right? This is what they need to take to court. Let me tell you what they told Kanika and her family when they called in. Let's go back to these set of files. I hope you guys can hear this. I don't think I've ever done audio this way, but hopefully it works out. Okay, I want you guys to listen to this. Listen.
Rosemont 911, who is your emergency?
Hi, I'm calling from the South Chicago here. I'm actually calling because there was an incident in Texas last night where a lady was mentioned about her daughter going missing in our hotel at the Crown Plaza. We just mentioned that the police in Rosemont has a report about it already. We have the guest, the mother of the daughter here at the hotel, and she's knocking the door in our guest room, asking and disturbing our guest.
What floor is she on?
Ninth floor.
Okay, what's her wearing? I'm sorry, female white. Black sweater. Do you guys have a report number for the call from the other side?
You guys, I just want to point out that they're not coming to look for Kanika. Okay? Listen to this one. A lot of people called. He asked for the police to come by. This is when her friends are still looking for her. Okay, if the police would have came at this time, she could have been still alive.
Well, I mean, are they causing you any sort of disturbance? Are they fighting with you? Or are they? Well, Madison, sir, if you want to, you can give them our address. Come into the station.
Give them our address and they can come into the station. Now, what happened in this case? When this man said his wife was missing at 8:30 at night, they dispatched somebody and was en route in 1 minute. It's right here. Okay. You guys, I'm going to also drop the link to these audios. You can also hear, you'll be able to hear, I think this one is Monifa calling.
Missing report of type 1.
Okay, you guys can listen on your own, but I just wanted to show you that all the audio was there. You can clearly hear the dispatchers giving everybody the runaround, saying you can wait more hours, or you can come to the police station, you could do this, you could do that. But nobody was dispatched, nobody was en route. And I think it's just, this is a good comparison document because this happened at the very same location where Kanika was found. Okay, the same Rosemont Public Safety Department. Okay, if they would have treated her incident and her when she was missing, if they would have treated it like they treated this incident right here, we probably wouldn't be in this situation. All right, so I'm going to end my video here. Those are the main things that I found in the report. All in all, there was a missing person from the DoubleTree, from the Crown Plaza, from the Hyatt, another hotel called the Lowe's. So this is not uncommon for people to go missing in Rosemont. I found that, the village of Rosemont is, always very deceptive. They were deceptive about providing the number of years. They lied about it being a burden, it being so many documents. In general, part 1 is like 34 pages, part 2 is 26 pages, and part 3 is 20 pages. So it's not that much at all that they've actually provided us. The same way they did with the video, acting like they provided so much video when actually they didn't. They didn't provide hardly enough. So I'm going to drop the link so that you guys can see what you see in the files, and then you can put it in the comments. Merry Christmas to you all. Finish wrapping up everything, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.